like I see it's in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. From the back of the I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle, I live with birds come out. Sounds like I see it's in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. From the back of the I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that was a good run. This is only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Brian Orakpo in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, Mariota. Smith catches left side. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. 1st and 10 at the 19. Mariota hands to Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spending them in the offensive backfield.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A Titan first down, Mariota to Walker.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
3rd and goal, Mariota. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. Extra point put through by Suckup, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. But Charles, Le'Veon Bell, 26 going on 27, and the shelf life of these NFL running backs seems to be getting shorter and shorter. How long can he go at this torrid pace?
Usually we say 30 is kind of the line of demarcation for a running back. But Le'Veon Bell played all 16 games in 2017, takes great care of himself off the field. I think he's got a chance to break through that 30-year-old mark, and in a big way.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Black gun out, Philly. Tiger. Red, green, the line. Come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. From the gun, here's Watson. And it's incomplete. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson, eluding the pressure right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Interesting. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Going underneath for Lewis. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Easy, easy, easy.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Lewis. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Easy, easy, easy.
Mariota gives to Henry. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Again, it's Mariota. Incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
3rd and long here for Mariota. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Here's Ellington. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Come back, come back.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
This is caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Three. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. 41 to Mike.
Dion Lewis, the first carry for the expatriate. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
From the red zone now, Mariota flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in it.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Suckup for the extra point. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Reset.
Now a play fake here on first down. A deep ball for Ellington. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going for it. It's Watson. Buying time to his left. And this is caught, that they say, out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
On 1st and 10, Watson drops it to Blue, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, Watson. Dancing to his left. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And he missed it. It's no good. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Mariota now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Mariota. And he locates Walker, complete. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Mariota. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Here's Mariota. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On second down, here's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face a third down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. Mariota to Sharp that time for a Titan first. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed, they will keep possession of the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Walker with it over the middle. Touchdown, Titans. Marcus Mariota with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Succop. Extra point up and good by Succop. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. On first down, Watson. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back, down.
Here's Watson, operating from the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a second down throw from Mariota. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. The Titans on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Let's go.
From the gun, Mariota. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 38. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a one-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays that could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this? Or this
I put a star. I put a star. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 1st down, Mariota. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now Mariota. Well, they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Going deep for Hopkins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it down deep into Tennessee territory. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 41 yards. A shotgun snap for Watson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Watson now on 2nd down, being chased out left. And here he'll get it down to the 7th. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Tiger. Come back.
Here's Bell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
He's back to throw. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Back to throw. And Walker has it. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
One.
They'll look to throw. Going underneath for Lewis. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 8 on the play. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Let's go.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Throwing, Mariota. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now Mariota. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
And now out comes Houston. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 50 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.
Okay. Pocket through big day.